pull the engine and transmission, we need to do a bunch of things, including draining some fluid out of here, unhooking a bunch of stuff, and creating some space. Stick around to the end to see what those look like and get a complete detailed list. First things first, let's drain the antifreeze out of here. We'll give it a shot. We got this 5-gallon jug because we figured if we're draining this fluid, there's really nothing wrong with it. We might as well store it so that way we can reuse it. If you guys are looking at getting a 5-gallon jug, check the description below. So we got about as much as we could get out, which happens to be about 2 gallons. Now, something that really helped us is we actually hooked up air compressor and sealed off the top and pushed through here, and that really helped get more out than we would have normally been able to get with just gravity. Now we're going to move on to draining the training fluid.
What you see us do here is not standard. We had a transmission fluid bolt added so we can easily remove transmission fluid. You're most likely going to have to take all the bolts off your plate and remove the plate to get all that transmission fluid out.
All right, hard work's done. While the transmission fluid keeps dripping down there, we're going to take care of our shifter, because this shifter, the way it's set up, that's not going to allow us to pull this engine and transmission out as one piece. So we're going to have to do something about it. Whoa,
typically, you only have to disconnect the shifter cable. We had installed this aftermarket floor shifter, so we're removing this and the shifter cable.
So we don't lose it.
We are most likely not going to be using this again, so if you are interested in a floor-mounted Turbo 350 transmission shifter, let us know.
So we took those two off, and then there's these two side pieces that actually lock it into a hole on the transmission. So other than being zip tied right here, you got this thing off. Where's a knife when you need it? All right, now that we have that shifter off, we're going to jack this front end up so we can get back up underneath there near the transmission and start taking the exhaust apart. We'll put this back in here. There's 3 bolts that hold each one of these down pipes on here. I'm going to get those off so that way we can drop these down so we can take the manifolds off. There's another one. Okay, another one that comes. Oh, there she came. Sweet. One side done. Let's go to the other side. You guys might not be doing in the same order that we are. The important thing is you get your list and you start hashing it one thing at a time, probably going from easiest to hardest depending on your scenario. Come straight down. Exhaust number 2 done. All right, so you've drained your fluids and you've disconnected your exhaust system from your manifolds or headers. Now, you might not have to take off your manifolds or headers, but we're going to just to create some more space so it's easier to pull this up and out. Look at all that space. We got to the other side and it looks like we have the steering column in the way, so we're going to work on that next. Let's do it. Let's do it. Wow, that came out a lot easier than it took to put it in. I'll tell you what. Manifold number 2. And we now have our exhaust manifolds out, and we moved our steering. So next thing we're going to do is work on getting this radiator out. Alright, I'm going to do these training lines before we do that last hose. If you guys want to see the video where we made these hoses, click the link in the upper right hand corner. There it goes. Everywhere. My overall's stuck on that. It's all stuck on. Get this other hose off. There we go. Now if the radiator's out, we're going to unhook all the wiring that we can see if we can fold the whole wiring harness over the edge there so we don't have to worry about it. Then we'll eventually take this out too, and you can see all this space that we're making to where we're going to be able to get in here, lift it up, pull it forward, and just kind of get it out. Take that off.
We start off with unhooking the alternator.
This. Oh, okay. As soon as I can see how it is. That off, so that's everything from right here.
This is a circuit breaker from our electric fan relay.
Alright, so now we just need to get everything down from the starter. Alright, so I can fold most of this over here. Gotta take a couple wires out right there.
Those couple wires were attached to the distributor. Now we are detaching the throttle cable.
I do want to unhook this fuel line though, you know? There we go. Keep that up over there. There might be a few more things you guys need to take off, but for our scenario, we're going to take off the alternator, the carburetor, and the distributor to get room so we can hook our lift up. All right. We'll put those back in there. Whoops. Yep.
Dude, watch the paint. Dude, watch the paint.
And make sure you unhook your brake booster. Don't worry, you'll see it when it stays hooked up to the engine. Good gravy. Desperate time calls for desperate measures. Oh, it's not indestructible. You just gotta get angry.
You gotta get angry. You gotta get mean.
That's one way to do it right there, boys.
Get that carb skis off there.
And then we also took this off right here that was connected up here. We had another one connected here. That's what helps get the carburetor warmed up. Then we also had a vacuum for the transmission that we took off. And it came off beautifully. Alright, there it is. Here's your guys' list right over here. Again, yours might be a little different. It might look a little different, especially if you have a fuel-injected vehicle. But it's all generally the same. Thanks for watching this week's episode of The Roy Garage. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you guys don't miss out on the next episode of The Roy Garage. We might need to get bolts for the engine stand.
Yeah, we will.
1,000 pounds, bro. Let's see what it does to my car there, bro. like 7 people right there. Don't worry, I can lift it. You always complaining about me never buying any tools. Always complain about we never buy any tools. We never buy any tools. Well, all the tools I've bought so far, way more than everything you got. Now I got it. Nothing. Just a few boxes for next week's episode. The Roy Garage.
Oh, geez.
Catch you next time.